Hey everybody, it's Mitch, and welcome to my next video. Today we have got another Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 Prestige class for you. And today, from the Complete Warrior, we have the Eye of Gruumsh. Now, the Eye of Gruumsh is definitely an interesting Prestige class. So, basically, the Eye of Gruumsh is, we're going to talk about a few things. So we're going to talk about what the Eye of Gruumsh is. We're going to talk about what it takes to get into the Prestige class. And then finally, we're going to, we're going to talk about what the Prestige class gets. And then we're going to talk about how good it is and how it could potentially be used in a build. So let's get into it. So first off, what is the Eye of Gruumsh? Well, it's a Prestige class that is an orc or half-orc that really believes in the deity of the orcs, the Gruumsh, to the point where, some backstory on Gruumsh. Back a long time ago, the god of the elves, Lorion, if I can pronouncing that right, I can never say that. That's such a hard word, a name to say. Anyways, she put out the left eye of Gruumsh. So because of that, Gruumsh had, in an angry rage, called his followers to put out their right eye in a symbolic reference, so that they could have synergy. They could see what Gruumsh couldn't, and Gruumsh could see what they couldn't. Basically, at least that's kind of the symbology of it. So that's what Gruumsh has called his followers to do, and as such, many of them do, and they are one-eyed orcs, which is just a scary orc right there, for a number of reasons we'll get into. So the Eye of Gruumsh, let's talk about what it takes to become an Eye of Gruumsh. So, first, we'll talk about what it takes. So you have to be an orc or half-orc, which makes sense. It's the god of the orcs. You have to be chaotic evil, chaotic neutral, or neutral evil. So within one step of Gruumsh, who is chaotic evil. You have to have a base attack bonus of +6, which isn't too crazy. You need a couple of feats. You need exotic weapon proficiency with the orc double axe, the favorite weapon of Gruumsh, and weapon focus, the exotic with the same weapon with the orc double axe. So not bad. Fairly simple. And it also requires that you put out your you must be a worshiper of Gruumsh, and you must put out your right eye in a special ritual. And if you ever regain sight, you lose all your abilities. So here's an interesting thing. So let's talk about that ritual, because that ritual is something interesting. The ritual basically, the book doesn't describe it, and it says that it shouldn't be described because it's just that crazy. Basically, they do this ritual where they put the eye out, and it's apparently incredibly painful and gruesome. And one of the requirements for this is that the character who's undergoing the ritual not make a sound. They cannot scream the entire time that their eye is being mutilated. It's undoubtedly incredibly painful. So you have to be really strong character to do that and not make a sound. It takes something special to do that. So definitely some really cool RP aspects with that one. Yeah. So anyways, let's talk about what you get for being an Eye of Gruumsh. So first off, you have not so great of skills. It's just 2+ int, and your skill list is pretty lacking. You do get a D12 hit dice though, which is nice, which makes sense for a class. This is basically a barbarian prestige class, so makes sense that they'd get a D12. They get a good base attack bonus. Again, makes sense for a barbarian prestige class. Good fortitude save, bad reflex and will save. They also get a number of interesting abilities. So they get blind fight, and they also suffer no ill effects for the loss of that eye. so they can see just fine with one eye. Like there's no depth perception issues or anything like that that they have to worry about. They also get something called Command the Horde, which basically lets them command other orcs nearby. Now, the orcs do not actually have to listen. However, if they do, they get a +2 morale bonus on will saves. And a lot of orcs are going to follow this because, you know, orcs are somewhat religious in the regard of following Gruumsh. So when they see somebody who's, you know, an Eye of Gruumsh who really represents Gruumsh, and they, you know, generally will all know what it means to be an Eye of Gruumsh, they're like, this guy's serious. We need to listen to him. So they likely will get other orcs to follow willingly. They also gain rage, just as if a barbarian. So their levels will stack with barbarian, and even if they don't have levels of barbarian, they still can rage just as a barbarian could, and they get as many times per day as a barbarian would, or level stacking. It's not going to stack for other purposes like greater rage and all that stuff, but it will for just how many times per day you get. And generally, you're going to want barbarian to get into this. You also get swing blindly, which makes it so that when you rage, you get an extra +4 on your strength, but you also get an additional -2 to your AC. So that's unfortunate, but +4 to strength is pretty nice. Ritual scarring. So with ritual scarring, you get a bonus to AC. It starts out as +1, eventually goes up to +3. Not bad. You get blinding spittle, which lets you shoot stomach acid into your opponent's eyes, which will blind them if it works. They get a reflex save, which is the DC is going to be 10 plus your Eye of Gruumsh level plus your Constitution modifier. So potentially 20 plus int once you've maxed out the class level, which not bad. Especially seeing as Con's one of your best stats. I mean, it's your health, and barbarians really don't need anything other than strength and con. Like, barbarians, one of the least ability starved prestige classes out there. Like, you could literally make a barbarian with 4 dump stats if you wanted, and they'd be halfway decent. Yeah, you just max out strength and con and dump everything else. Maybe not completely dump, but dump charisma and int. Yeah. Keep wisdom halfway decent. Keep dex okay. But yeah, get that strength and con as high as you can. So yeah, that's actually a really good one. Plus, if you use it while in rage, rage will up your constitution, so that should make your blinding spittle stronger. So definitely nice. You also get blind sight. It is only out to 5 feet, and it does go up to 10 feet eventually, but I mean, that's not a huge range. It's absolutely terrible, but it does help. Like if you end up blinded and something happens to like get close to you, you are able to see it. So that's pretty good. Then you also get Sight of Gruumsh at 10th level, which Sight of Gruumsh is an interesting one. What that does is it lets you actually see the moment of your own death through your missing eye. Or at least that's what you believe. And that gives you a +2 to a morale bonus on all your saving throws and on your armor class, which isn't bad at all. Yeah, it's pretty solid actually. So prestige class, definitely good. Works good has a lot of good synergy with a number of other prestige classes, like the Bear Warrior, assuming you can get arms, because that +4 to strength would actually stack with the Bear Warriors to give you even more strength. So that's pretty nice. Could actually work with the Exotic Weapon Master as well, since you're already kind of committed to the Orc Double Axe with this prestige class. Might as well grab Exotic Weapon Master and grab a couple of weapon stunts to, up your damage a little. Like, well, I don't know, Flurry of Strikes would work really good with that to give you an extra attack. Since this would likely be a dual wielding build, well, sort of 2-weapon fighting, double weapon fighting, which is similar. Probably grab the 2-weapon fighting feats to make sure you can get those extra attacks. Definitely worth it, especially seeing as you should be able to get power attack and all that on there. Throw uncanny blow on there, get some extra damage. Maybe take all 3 levels of exotic weapon master just to get show off and be able to add your base attack bonus to try and demoralize an opponent. It's not the best action in the world, but being able to add your base attack bonus kind of ensures that you'll be able to almost guaranteed pull it off, since you're going to have a good base attack bonus. So you're going to be able to add quite a bit to that and pretty much guaranteed succeed, which is nice. So yeah, there's a number of ways that this could work. Frenzied Berserker stacks pretty well with this. Yeah, just a number of decent things. Pretty good prestige class all in all. But anyways, let me know what you guys think of the Frenzied Berserker down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a like. It really helps out. Maybe subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this, because we do one on every single class, race, and prestige class in D&D 3.5. And maybe ring that notification bell so you never miss out on a video. But anyways, as always, I'm Mitch, and I'll be seeing you